This video was specially requested by one of my followers. Thank you so much for it. Mel B and Geri Halliwell. For those who don't know, these two Spice Girl members had a thing back in the 90s. It was a real one-off kind of thing, touch and go. Geri's always denied it. Mel B's the only one who came forward with any truth. Let's get to the bottom of it. So Mel B did an interview with Piers Morgan, and in that interview she said that she and Geri were intimate in the early days of the Spice Girls. She said she's going to hate me for this because she's all posh in her country house and she's got her husband. But it's a fact. It just happened and we giggled about it and that was it. It just happens one time and you talk about it and it does not really happen again. It was just that one time. She was very emphatic that it was just that one time. Mel C, Melanie Chisholm, who was in the audience, denied also knowing anything about it. Mel B said, "When I got my tongue pierced, we all kissed. But that was just a kiss because I wanted to know what it felt like. It was just a silly kiss, nothing sexual or anything like that." Mel B expressed her hope for Ginger Spice to admit what had happened because it was just a thing. It's not anything major, just admit to it, right? And guess what Ginger Spice did? A few days after that interview, Geri denied everything that Mel B said. In a statement, her rep said, "It has been very disappointing to read about all these rumors again, especially on Mother's Day of all days. Geri is really grateful for your support and loyalty for so many years. She loves the Spice Girls, Emma, Melanie, and Victoria. She would like the fans to know that what has been reported recently is simply not true and has been very hurtful to her family." Now, she's been married to F1 driver Christian Horner since 2015. But people remember Geri's interview in 2003 where she said that she had been intimate with a woman once and realized quickly that she wasn't interested in women like that. She said, "I don't mind boobs, but the other bit is not my cup of tea. I didn't like the lesbian thing. It's part of experimenting. I was drunk at the time." She acknowledged that the woman she had the encounter with was famous, emphasizing that she could never ever say who it was, and that she didn't think that this person was a lesbian either. She said, "I'm going to leave the rest to your imagination." Now, contrastly, Mel B has talked on multiple occasions about her own fluid sexuality. In her 2018 memoir, Brutally Honest, she said that before she got with Eddie Murphy, with whom she has a child, she said, "I'd come out of a very beautiful, loving 5-year relationship with a woman. One I will never ever discuss because she was extremely private and I will always respect that." Spoiler, it was not Ginger Spice. The closest Geri came to admitting any closeness with her band member, Mel B, it was in her 2002 memoir, Just for the Record. She wrote that she and Mel, as the de facto co-leaders of the Spice Girls, were real buddies, always getting into trouble together. When the two of us were in our heyday, people would be horrified and delighted at the same time by our behavior. We were like two Tasmanian devils bursting into the room, climbing on the table and dominating everything and everyone. It was very, very contagious and very strong. Mel B wrote in her O2 book, Catch a Fire, that she and Ginger Spice sometimes behaved like boyfriend and girlfriend. "We got irritated over the slightest things and swore like fishwives at each other," she wrote. "Our arguments went off with such a bang. At times, you'd have thought she cheated with my boyfriend or something." They both spilled a lot of tea in their books, but there's no explicit mention of the two of them hooking up. And when Geri left the Spice Girls, right in the middle of their Spice World tour in '98, was it because of her relationship dynamic with Mel? The girls flew on to Norway without her, and then in May that year they announced that she had left the group, citing differences between us. Now, rumors started flying, and in Geri's case, there was talk of a power struggle with Mel B, and that was the most prevalent rumor. Meanwhile, Geri claims that she thought she'd made her intentions clear before she even left the group. Posh Spice wrote in her book, Learning to Fly, everyone had their theories. That there had been some great row on the flight back from Helsinki, that we'd been hitting each other. The truth is that we'd all had a really good laugh on that flight back, and we didn't know why she took off. Why she said that, I have no idea. Perhaps because it made her look better, because otherwise it was like she was admitting that she left us in the lurch, which is exactly what she did. Mel B wrote, "It was mad. We didn't have a spare moment to absorb what had happened, and we just had to get on with things." She spoke about how sometimes she and Geri went to bed on Saturday afternoon, got up around 2 a.m, and went on an all-nighter at the nightclub Ministry of Sound. She said, "We used to drive down the motorway with our boobs out. It was hysterical." Many fans think that a love affair between Mel B and Geri is what actually broke up the Spice Girls. I mean, to be fair, this isn't exactly new information. It has been circulating for years, joking about having a good tongue on you and wanting to shag each other back in the 90s. Meanwhile, Geri had a daughter, Bluebell Madonna, in 2006 with screenwriter Sasha Gervasi. Victoria and Emma are actually her godmothers. Her husband Horner also has a daughter, Olivia, from a previous relationship, and he and Geri welcomed their son Montague George Hector in 2017. So she's firmly over there in hetero land. Mel B, on the other hand, has a daughter, Phoenix, with the dancer Jimmy Galzar. Her middle child, Angel, is Eddie Murphy's daughter, and she had her youngest child, Madison, with Stephen Belafonte, her cruel and abusive ex-husband. In the early thousands, that mystery woman that she had a 5-year relationship with was Christine Crocos. She said, "I happened to fall in love with a woman and was with her for 5 years," when she did an interview with Attitude magazine in April 22. She said, "We still talk to this day." Crocos, who is also 48 like Mel B, started dating her not long after Mel B's divorce from her first husband, Jimmy Golzar, in 2000. Mel B has also opened up about being a member of the LGBTQ community. She said, "I didn't start off my sexual journey going, I'm this, I'm that, I'm bisexual." She said that I was open, and I will always be very open. Noting that her sexuality isn't something she wants to put a label on, she added, "But I've always thought women are beautiful." Mel B has since found new love with her fiancé, Rory McPhee, who popped the question to her after 3 years of dating back in 22. So they've been given a few dates, but nothing they've said yes to. And they want to get married at St. Paul's Cathedral in London, so it's quite a thing. She did say that absolutely all of the Spice Girls will be invited because they're all her friends. She also gushed about her romance with Rory, saying that, "I didn't believe in love and trust because I'd had 10 years of such bad abuse that when I came out of that, I was like, I don't want a relationship. So I was broken down in my self-esteem, my confidence, and I really had to build myself up." Now, even though Mel B has previously accused him of abuse, Stephen Belafonte has denied it all. She said, "To think of sharing myself again with anybody else was too scary for me. But Rory is a family friend, so I already have that trust and that foundation laid. It just felt safe, right, and real. Even though many times I was like, I don't want a relationship, I can't handle it." She went on to call Rory the best thing that's ever happened to me, telling Us magazine that Rory, who's a hairdresser, made her believe in love again and trust again. Like and follow for more.